What's up YouTube, it's Louis here bringing you today's cryptocurrency video. Today we're going to be looking at Verasity. I don't even know how to say it, Vera or VRA. I'm just going to call it VRA. That's the easiest way to say it. Before we get into this video, make sure you like, subscribe, comment and turn on the notification bell. Perfect, let's zoom in now. So on the daily time frame, yesterday I gave you some next impulsive wave targets and potentially the end of bull run targets. If we have further dips, large dips, then I can give you some further impulsive wave targets. But at the moment, now that we're above the one, which we're using the previous all-time high that was set in April, now we're using that as support, which basically tells us that we're onto our impulsive wave target at the 1618 at basically $20. $20? I wish, guys, I wish. Maybe in our lifetime, but not in this bull run for sure. 19 cent or basically 20 cent. So we're going to zoom in now and look at the 4-hour time frame, because there was some because yesterday I didn't zoom in. Basically I just wanted to give you my bull run targets, and now every day going forward we're going to look at the smaller time frames, and if there's obviously something key that we need to see on the higher time frames, we'll be looking at that. So we had this descending triangle with a technical target down here at 5 cents basically, and we met that target exactly. Can you see, just overshot it a little bit, but your target was met, and so the pattern is complete. So because the pattern is complete, this should mean that the dip is done basically, and obviously it all depends on Bitcoin for us to show us, but Bitcoin's looking very good, and we'll look into Bitcoin in a second. But basically when you form a new swing high, you usually come back to the previous one to hold that as support. However, if you do lose this, you come to this swing low. So I'll set out that level right now for you guys over here. So look at that for confluence. The swing low over here, you had swing high, swing low, 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 low. Target there exactly, and where did you bottom out at the moment? There. So if you want the dip to be finished, you want to get back above this wick basically, because when we started coming down, I think this is the Evergrande dip from over here. So you want to measure that impulse downwards, and that's that low over here, which gives you fib targets basically. And if you do lose this, you have fib targets to the downside, but you don't have to meet those targets if you can find key levels of support, which you have here at this swing low. So that's now done, target met, finished. If you can get above this level, confirm this as support, the dip is done basically. And look what we have done today. You've now made a higher low at this level exactly. So you have support, support, and support again over here. We can even make this an area, because it's usually an area, guys, not a single location. So this is the area that we must hold, and at the moment we are. It's all on Bitcoin to behave. We'll go into Bitcoin in a second, but we'll look at this chart and go into more detail. So on the 4-hour, what I'm seeing is this falling wedge, and basically once you break out of this falling wedge, we want to see a higher low after this, which basically is like the start of an uptrend. If because we have here a high, a low, a higher high, and a higher low, and this higher low is confirming this area support, which we do want to see held. I'm going to bring this even a bit down to this over here, and you can see that's sitting there exactly. Now we're above, so that's all good. So we're retracing to the top of the wedge. So I'm going to get the fibs out now to measure from the peak of this to the bottom, and we need to work our way through the fibs. The first level that we must get above is that 382 basically, and after that obviously we're going to start going up the fibs basically, because that's your first step before getting to the 618, which is at 7 cent. So I'm going to put a line over here at 7 cent, and if we look to the left, that is lining up perfectly with that descending triangle support. Look at that, swing high, swing low, keep on hitting your swing low or keep hitting support. You make it weaker, and then you eventually fall because you're running out of space basically. You come to the apex and the move is false. This is 65% chance of going down, 35% up. Just because it's more chances of going down, it does not mean it has to go down. It can go up, but of course you went up and you fell down basically because of the Evergrande FUD basically. So we have to completely ignore that, because we've now met this target, so that's done basically. So this is the level that we want to see us get above 7 cent. So once we're above 7 cent, we are instantly retracing to this one at 8 cent, and once we get above this, we got a new technical target, guys, at $7 at 10 cents, almost 11 cents. So beautiful, beautiful. From current price right now, that is a gain of how much? 78%. So look forward to these gains. Remember, guys, if you can confirm the 618 as support, that will be a beautiful long position. You do not need leverage, guys. Spot trading is enough. So that will be a 56% move. Beautiful. Put 1k, get 1.5k basically, almost 1.6k. Beautiful. So I'm going to go on the 1 hour quickly to see if there's anything else closer. yeah, there's one thing I want to cover with you guys. So, this is actually very nice because you didn't do bearish cross. So basically yesterday, VRA formed the bullish cross over here. And all your altcoins did, apart from Bitcoin. And I must stress, every video I'm going to say it, Bitcoin is the only coin that matters. Everything looked mega bullish just because Bitcoin was having a relief rally. And we'll go over this in a second. Because it was having this relief rally, as we know, the altcoins go up more because they're more volatile. They're smaller, so it's easier to move them up and down because there's less money in it, basically. So because they're more volatile, of course this. So you actually got above, formed the bullish cross, but Bitcoin didn't, and that was very sus. And what happens is if you don't form the bullish cross on Bitcoin, you can have something called a fake out, basically, where you lose the EMAs, and I'll show you that now. It's easier to show you than explain. So we got above the EMAs, and with this pump, all of the alts started forming the bullish cross on the 1 hour time frame, but Bitcoin didn't, and then it started forming this descending triangle, and you lost the support of this descending triangle, which gave you a target 57,863. And when you came down to this target, you lost this swing high. So if you do lose the swing high, you find the swing low basically, and you must hold this. And if not, you obviously have further down targets down here. So you got to the swing low over here, and you formed something called a double bottom. Or an ascending triangle, basically. And you have this neckline, and you must break above this neckline if you want to remain bullish, because it's a bullish pattern. So you want to see us break above this. And if you get rejected, obviously that's negative, and you form a double top, basically. But we haven't seen that because we broke above, and Bitcoin is currently behaving. We want to see it come back to this, hold this support, and obviously we'll set off. You may not even come down. You will eventually come down. So let's say you fall a bull pennant here, and your target's up here, or whatnot. You will eventually come down to this zone, and obviously that will bring down the alts, and the alts will come down hard. And the reason why I believe that we could come back down to here is because when you broke above this, you have no wicks down here. You never came back to this as support, and this is a very clear indication that you're going to eventually come down to this. You could get all the way up to 60,500 where the 200 EMA is, and then still fall back to here. This is where your swing high is. When you make a new swing high, you fall to the previous one, make it a swing low before breaking above, maybe turning this one into a new swing low over here like that, and then setting off for Bitcoin. So that's Bitcoin. Let's get back to VRA. Now we need to look at the targets. On the 1 hour, obviously we know we're retracing to the top over here at 7.5 cents. But we've got this pattern over here. One bottom, two bottom. Your second bottom's a bit lower. This is what we sometimes see on the altcoins, but this time Bitcoin wanted to do that. So once we break above, let's mark that level for you guys. Once we break above 6 cents, 6.5 cents, we're going to head to just 7 cents, I'm going to say, or 0.072, which is acting as confidence because we know that we're retracing to the top right now because we've broken out, we formed a higher low, and all we need to do now is break above this resistance at 6.5 cents, and we'll head to the high basically. And this over here is acting as confluence. Perfect. I hope you enjoyed today's VRA update. I'm almost at 500 subscribers now, which is my end of year goal. Let's see if we can get that by the end of next week. Follow my Twitter because I was posting multiple updates about the fake outs that we were seeing with Bitcoin. And yeah, turn the notification bells on there. I'm almost at 300 followers there. So let's get us to 300, let's say by next week. I hope you enjoyed today's update. I'll catch you in the next one. And as always, peace.